Midwest Engineers, recommendation for low water pressure. Are they here or?
You want to do the wastewater adjustments first?
Guess what? There are none.
We did that.
Motion. We did motion.
I'm so happy about
You guys have a copy of the letter.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is on 950 East, where the most we're putting out is about 19 pounds. Anything above Thomas's Hill on out north. There's the Gainey residence, Bill Hart's house. We checked it again at the meter. We had a 20 pound of pressure with, I think we were right at 47 feet. So we're barely hitting minimum there, but we are maintaining a 20 pound minimum. Their suggestion is for us to naturally keep the towers full as possible at all times. Well, that's an ongoing battle. We can run it on manual, get it to where it's full in the morning, depending on what the demand is at any given hour on any given day is going to vary. There may be 50 people doing laundry at the same time at lunchtime, along with the restaurants and everything else. So we can attempt to do that. It would be very time consuming and kind of painstaking, being so far out of town, running back and forth, checking levels, monitoring that it doesn't overflow. But that's something we can try and do day by day. Of course, their suggestion is to install a booster station at rough estimate was 100,000 to 150,000. If somebody's on our system again, we are required to provide 20 pounds minimum pressure.
And that's my point. Okay, we can't afford 100 to 150, okay, we know that. Okay. And here is the hard question. You read it. If they're outside the city limits, what legal thing is that says, okay, we can't?
That's my point exactly.
Can or can't.
What legal
Why are we
repercussions we have?
required
We say,
to
outside city limits,
provide
we
for anybody?
we can't provide it.
We can just say we can't do that.
You weren't here, but I gave you guys a copy of it.
I know, but that doesn't go to the heart of the question of whether we're required to provide water to apply it, for instance, if we don't have it.
The way it reads,
Huh?
Client is different, they're not on yet, or buried.
All right, someone.
they are on our
Oh,
water.
that's
Yes,
right.
they are on our water.
Who, buried?
Very, yes.
Oh, I didn't realize they
They're
were.
on our
Sewer,
sewer.
sewer.
They are
We
on our
determine that we cannot provide service that meets minimum requirements, and they're outside of our municipal limits. How can we be forced to do something that we can't be forced to provide for everyone?
No,
I don't think.
they're already on, I think is the issue.
Okay, my
So
question.
then,
So the
I guess,
grandfather,
you're looking at a question, I think here's what would happen in reality. If you said, well, if you sent a letter and then said, well, we're just, we can't do it, so your choice is just to be off of our system. Or we can take you off the system, you can go back on well. I think that IDEM would take a serious issue with that. And the other thing I think they would do immediately is impose a moratorium and not allow us to hook up anybody else. Their position would probably be, well, if you can't serve
I agree
who's on there now, they're going to issue a moratorium. We talked about last time, if you need more pressure to serve those areas outside, then probably should be looking at a rate structure that helps.
we can't afford $150,000.
We can't.
We
This-
spent $4,000 or $5,000
Can't do it.
to solve
No.
Thomas's problem, and I'm thrilled that that's been solved.
That's just a
But
temporary.
everybody that complains, we can't spend that kind of money. It's no returner.
Well, like Rita said though, as it is right now, if they're on our water system, it doesn't matter if they're out there, down by the park, North Davis High School, John, we have to provide a minimum of 20 pound of pressure. If we are not meeting that, they can put a ban to where John's brother wants to build a house out there by him, we can't tap him on. If somebody wants to build a house right here in town, they would not let us add another household or business more importantly, to our system.
Have you
Obviously,
talked to them?
we need to add more service. All right,
We need,
fine, okay? obviously we can't afford this. Rate structure, when is it supposed to be completed?
That is coming in March, and Bob will be here in March to
Okay.
start the rate study.
And
To start it.
everybody's gonna scream to high end.
No,
But you don't have any choice.
The books are, they
Well, I
can
know,
do,
but they were supposed to do
With
the
the
rate
code,
study months ago.
they needed the books to be reconciled before they could start the rate study.
Would the code address that issue specifically?
I don't think the code is gonna tell you just definitively you have to serve. I think you'd have to ask, two entities.
And we maintain
The
a water.
regulatory commission, what their spin would be, because here's what, but we are not under their jurisdiction right now. But if people, you start taking them off the system, they will complain to the regulatory commission, and it's gonna create an issue. And
We
and
maintain-
IBM will be
We
involved.
maintain a fire hydrant, just past Thomas's, and it only has about 20-pound pressure, and if that will not meet specs, we could be forced then to add on to our tower or build a massive, booster station, $100,000
Run
or better.
some risk if there's a fire and you can't provide
That's
some
how-
pressure at that height.
Unfortunately, that's exactly where we go. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I
South
think
side
it
of our city
probably
limits.
has to be part of a bigger solution than just a
Totally
booster
agree.
pump, and then in the doing that, you're looking at it like, well, we gotta go get 150,000. I think you're looking at a bigger solution, especially with business coming, or possible business coming.
You'll
You're
find
looking at more capacity or whatever, I don't know what Doug or Midwest would say you need. And in doing that, you're looking at more, trying to get RDA money or,
Be a bond issue.
Indiana Water, or not Indiana Water.
We can find out, I didn't disagree with that, but then I'm not going